Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. New York State has launched a new program with the aim of helping new workforce members gain valuable computer skills. Big Fox's Josh Feldberg reports on the new program.
A new digital literacy program is now available for free at Department of Labor career centers across the state. The new free program will help teach people the computer competence they need to keep up with the rapidly changing digital world. According to a study conducted by the State Department of Labor, nearly 50% of responding businesses said that new employees and job applicants lacked basic computer skills and computer literacy. The survey also stated that businesses' most desirable skills were proficiency in key computer programs such as Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, typing proficiency, and data analysis. The program begins with a self-assessment designed to help people assess their proficiency in certain skills and see the areas where their skills may be lacking. A mixture of self-directed learning and instruction are then given to help train people in these areas. The goal of the program is to help better prepare New Yorkers for the new look workforce and supply businesses with more qualified candidates. Josh Feldberg, Big Fox News, Steuben County.
Brett Hefner, the Corning man who killed his neighbor in her apartment last summer, was sentenced today in Steuben County Court. Hefner was charged with second-degree murder and has been sentenced to 25 years to life in prison after pleading guilty to strangling Kelly Collins. Collins was found unresponsive in her Corning apartment on August 5, 2022. Police say Hefner, who lived in the same apartment complex as Collins, stole her car and drove to Hornell before being caught by police and confessing to the murder. An Ithaca police officer who sued the city for discrimination has settled with the city and Ithaca Police Benevolent Association for $275,000. Sarah Cruz, an officer who served with the department since 2007, identifies as openly gay and non-binary. Cruz had an unblemished record until 2018 when she received 5 conduct violations over a 5-month span. Cruz felt she was being targeted by the department's search policies that led to emotional stress. The settlement states that Cruz will retire next year, and both sides are prohibited from pursuing further legal action. State troopers and local police are asking for the public's help looking for this man. 80-year-old Joseph McGrath was last seen May 2nd in the village of Bath. Police are asking anyone with information on his whereabouts to call them. Several local counties declared states of emergency after Title 42 expired last Thursday. Our Maggie Hall has the latest on the migrant-refugee situation.
Title 42 was enacted during the Trump administration. It allowed border agents to turn away asylum seekers due to the COVID-19 health crisis. And now, with the COVID-19 health crisis officially over, Title 42 has expired. In the wake of its expiration, Chemung and Schuyler counties have declared states of emergency. Schuyler County Carl Blowers stated in his executive order that the County of Schuyler does not have the capacity or resources to receive and sustain a significant increase in the number of illegal immigrants. Governor Kathy Hochul signed an executive order last week expressing the state's support for asylum seekers. The executive orders in Chemung and Schuyler County, A, prevent any business from forming contracts with any entity who could be transporting migrant individuals to the counties, and B, prevents hotels, motels, and rentals from housing any asylum seekers. However, neither county, as far as we know, has seen an expected influx of migrant individuals. Although New York City has seen over 60,000 asylum seekers, our upstate New York counties have not seen any. Although this could be liable to change, there is no answer as to when or if. I will continue to bring you updates on this developing story. Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Southern Tier.
Parents and students in Brooklyn taking to the streets to protest the city's decision to possibly turn some school gyms across the city into temporary migrant housing facilities. This morning, a group of parents and students with signs in hand chanted and marched outside of PS 17 in the Williamsburg section of Brooklyn. Many parents say they were given no advance notice of how many migrants are coming and who they are, and they're concerned for their children's safety.
So the message I have for the city is that I'm empathetic towards migrants that are coming into the city that need resources and are escaping problems of their own. But my message is that you can't create a problem in trying to solve a problem.
The gym outside of PS 17 is one of 20 self-standing gyms the city is considering to house migrants temporarily. Mayor Eric Adams' office says they've opened 150 emergency sites to help migrants in the city. The Steuben County Dairy Festival is returning to Bath on June 3rd. This year's festival will feature a number of events, including a mac and cheese cook-off, tractor show, and parade. This year's parade theme is Dairyland Country. People are encouraged to build their own floats and participate in the parade. Registration for all the events, as well as a full schedule, can be found at the Dairy Festival's Facebook page. After being appointed in 2019 to re-examine how the FBI's Trump-Russia probe first started, Special Counsel John Durham has issued his long-awaited report. Mike Emanuel is on Capitol Hill with what the report says.
In a 300-plus page report, more than 4 years in the making, Special Counsel John Durham offered his conclusions into the origins of the FBI's Trump-Russia probe, saying the Bureau, quote, failed to uphold its mission of strict fidelity to the law and used raw, unanalyzed, and uncorroborated intelligence when it launched its investigation during the 2016 election.
They basically took information that was politically motivated from obviously politically motivated sources.
Durham's report contradicts a previous probe by the Justice Department's Inspector General that found in December 2019 there was sufficient justification for the FBI to open its investigation, a conclusion Durham publicly disagreed with at the time.
It doesn't mean Durham's findings are valid or invalid, but there's absolutely no surprise that he's come out where he has.
On Twitter, House Judiciary Committee Chair Jim Jordan, reacting to the report, announced, quote, we've reached out to the Justice Department to have Special Counsel John Durham testify next week.
You can't interfere in a presidential election without consequences. At least you used to not be able to in America. And that's what happened here.
Former President Trump telling Fox, quote, there must be a heavy price to pay for putting our country through this. The Durham report did not offer any recommendations, but said it's intended to assist the Attorney General in helping the DOJ and FBI do a, quote, better, more credible job. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Still ahead, we have your complete forecast. Plus,
we're seeing how artificial intelligence can write papers and create digital art. Now it's moved on to making 3D sculptures. I'm Jackie Ibanez. That story and much more straight ahead.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Good evening. We were battling a little bit more cloud cover, especially as we were rolling into our Tuesday afternoon. And note that that was associated with the frontal system passage that is continuing to push those temperatures down. We're even running from the 50s at midnight to even dropping into those 30s by sunrise underneath that northwesterly wind. That's even a little strong. Now, with some of those stronger winds, that is going to limit some of that potential for frost development as we head into Wednesday morning. But still note, maybe if you have some of that sensitive vegetation, especially to cool temperatures like this, especially if it's a potted plant that you can bring inside, or maybe you can cover up with a blanket, that will definitely protect it as we have another cold morning setting up where you're definitely going to want to take those precautions. But as we roll into our forecast, note that we are going to continue to talk about more of this abundant sunshine, where we were really dealing with abundant sunshine but battling some smoke, and we'll see that smoke is still being suspended within the upper atmosphere and now intertwining with some of these weather systems. So we'll watch where maybe there be some hazy or days, but at least setting up for the near future, it's looking a bit on the brighter side for our Wednesday. But our Wednesday is going to be the coldest day of the week, as these showers and this cold front that is sliding through is pushing this cold air mass across much of New York for Wednesday into Thursday. But we will make this gradual warming trend, as we're going to continue to talk about pretty quiet conditions to take us into the end of May. At least as of now, it's looking pretty quiet, and it's pairing up with these warmer than average temperatures, as the outlook that is that 14-day outlook brings us through May 30th, and it shows a warmer trend in place. So although we are seeing that our Wednesday is looking definitely on the cool side for spring, there are improvements ahead. So as we start off into those 30s, that sunshine will be in place, but that northerly flow stays intact. So that will really restrict that warming even with that sunshine. So we'll top off just around those mid 50s, a few locations in those upper 50s. We even see Wayland hold on to 52 degrees, Bath 54, Mansfield 54, Elmira just around about 57 degrees. So this is definitely more early spring-like weather. A light jacket will be wanted, especially for the morning hours for our Thursday, where we're going to see our temperatures not only drop towards that freezing mark, but potentially fall below it down to 29 degrees. That seems to be our common number here on the map. So the already National Weather Service has issued a freeze watch. So we'll see this potentially upgraded to that warning status due to falling not only to 36 degrees, but down to below 32, which definitely can cause damage to any vegetation. Again, we are really starting to see things bloom up, so this can definitely cause some harm. Now, the good news is that we continue to see the sunshine, and the winds will gradually switch, which will bring us this daily warming trend with 60s by Thursday, 70s by Friday, and then we'll continue to see that as we're seeing in that extended forecast, we'll hold on to these warmer than average conditions. Into the weekend forecast, though, we will watch a weak frontal system for some showers.